Benazir Bhutto. Did the terrorist attacks in London have an impact on Pakistan? Are these children safe? Special reports are the trickiest to produce and still the most interesting. This beautiful park is only one of the 150 plus parks established in the twin cities of Islamabad and Rawalpindi. There are above 1,000 rides in all these parks. Almost 6,000 people visit them every single day. But even though a majority of those taking these rides are young children, there are literally no safety measures. The swings and rides are designed by laymen who have no idea about mechanics or engineering.
किसी माहिर डिज़ाइनर से डिज़ाइन करवाना चाहिए और इंस्टॉल भी किसी माहिर फर्म से करवाना चाहिए। प्लस ये कि उसमें उसकी जो मेंटेनेंस और ऑपरेशन है उसके लिए भी सर्टिफाइड स्टाफ रखना चाहिए।
The installation is also done by simple manual labor. Even if there is an accident, there are no specific laws to deal with it.
Legislation नहीं है, कोई कानून नहीं है जिसको और जिसके ऊपर कोई बॉडी हो और अनफॉर्चुनेटली कोई भी इदारा, कोई भी बॉडी, कोई भी इस तरह का ऊपर से गवर्नमेंट की सतह पे नहीं है।
Most of these rides can be made much safer by the addition of a simple safety belt. But here, 99% of the swings and rides do not even have this basic safety feature. As a result, accidents are common. Recently, a little boy lost his life in such an accident. The cause of death, this seemingly harmless jumping castle. But when a blizzard blew, these frayed ropes broke and the castle engulfed a group of children and banged them against a tree.
अभी तेज़ हवा चली है, उसकी वजह से कोई गालबन उनकी कोई रस्सी टूटी है और उसकी वजह से ये सारा टूटा और बच्चे जख्मी हुए हैं और उसमें लपेटे गए हैं।
A little boy died and 4 were seriously injured. Temporarily, the rides were closed down.
कि जो झूले जहाँ पे आपने भी देखे हैं, मैंने भी देखे हैं, इंतहाई खस्ता हालत में हैं। इस तरह का कोई और हादसा भी रूनुमा हो सकता है।
But when they reopened, there wasn't much improvement. Rain and rough weather often disturbs the very foundation of these rides. When accidents occur, the weather is blamed, not the park's administration.
आंधी में ये सारा कुछ हुआ है और उसमें आपने देखा कि उस कासल से बच्चों को हटा लिया गया था और उसके बाद कासल जब मजीद आंधी से उड़ा तो वो बच्चा जो है दरख्त से जाके लगा और फिर उसकी हेड इंजरी हुई।
The larger parks do take better care of the swings and rides installed. But for the majority of children frequenting these little parks that don't charge a fee for entry, every joyride is full of danger. On 7th July 2005, London faced the worst attacks in the country's history. The attacks claimed 56 lives and injured more than 700 people. Among the 4 suicide bombers, 3 were British citizens of Pakistani descent. The 3 had been living in England for nearly 3 decades and led seemingly normal lives. Then what were the reasons for committing such a horrendous crime? The question was answered in a video released a year after the tragic incident.
Your democratically elected governments continuously perpetuate atrocities against my people all over the world, and your support of them makes you directly responsible, just as I am directly responsible for protecting and avenging my Muslim brothers and sisters.
In Britain and US, hundreds of citizens of Pakistani descent have been arrested under the suspicion of terrorism. The latest incident is that of Faisal Shehzad. Like Faisal Shehzad, most of the arrested foreign citizens of Pakistani descent apparently did not hate the West, nor had any fundamentalist tendencies.
बहुत सारी ऐसी पॉलिसीज़ हैं ख़ास तौर पे जो है बरतानिया और अमेरिका की जिसपे जो है उनको इस किस्म की इंतहा पसंदाना रोजाना को जो है और ज़्यादा शिद्दत मिलती है।
The war against terror was launched to curb terrorism, but stats prove that the war might have had an opposite impact. When the war started, US and its allies picked their targets themselves. But as a result, a wave of terrorism rose that makes and breaks its own boundaries. After 9/11 and 7/7, immigration and citizenship formalities have been toughened many folds. But still, the arrests on suspicion of terror have been regularly increasing. London attacks shook Britain's security agencies, but the effect of these attacks on Pakistan and Pakistanis cannot be undermined.
रेशल डिस्क्रिमिनेशन का भी मुजाहरा हुआ, फिर ऑब्वियसली जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ भी कम हुई उस वाक़े के बाद लोगों के लिए.
It has been 5 years, but more than 8 lakh Pakistanis in Britain are still facing problems.
आपके गाड़ियों के शीशे तोड़ जाएंगे, गाड़ियों के बोनेट पे आके BNP लिख जाएंगे. गाड़ी अगर आपने रखी हुई है तो आप ये समझें कि आप किसी भी पुलिस वाले के पास से गुजर रहे हैं तो वो आपके लिए एक उसकी जो नज़रें हैं उनमें यकीनन एक मशकूक सा पहलू आप देखेंगे.
अब्यूज़ करना, उनको पॉइंट वर्क परमिट्स उन्होंने बैन कर दिए, फैमिली विजिट्स उन्होंने देना बंद कर दिया.
During the last few years, cross-border terrorism has become a phenomena which cannot be tackled by any single nation. The war against terror has changed the world map and principles. In such a world, peace can only be attained if all the nations think beyond their personal interests and unite to end extremist and terrorist forces. December 27, 2007. People's Party is holding an important rally in Liaqat Bagh. Benazir Bhutto has expressed serious security concerns. Agencies have also warned of possible threats. High security is direly needed, but even before they reach the spot, security lapses are obvious.
We were running beside the car. There was no security.
4 days before the event, Agha Riazul Islam is made its in charge. It is decided that Benazir would arrive at Liaqat Bagh via Murray Road and would leave through Gawal Mandi. When Benazir reached Liaqat Bagh, security measures worsened.
Can the administration tell us where were the security arrangements on stage?
After her dress, she started to leave in her bulletproof and bomb-proof car. Eyewitnesses say that the rear right tire had been deflated. Even though the party workers alerted the driver, he started following the police's pilot car, but the pilot didn't follow the pre-decided route.
The police pilot turned towards the Murray Road.
At Liaqat Bagh's VIP gate, Benazir stood up to wave at the party workers from her sunroof.
I've been a part of all the party gatherings since 1986. Benazir Bhutto has never ever gotten out to wave at the crowd she had just addressed.
Eyewitnesses say that at this point, SHO City Kashif started running towards the car. Within moments, a gunfire changed the scene.
It was a silver pistol. The hand came up and the gun was fired.
But the horror was not over yet.
A boy wearing a Faisalabadi shawl came in from the gate. He ran towards the car. I thought he was a party worker going to catch the shooter. But as soon as he caught the guy who had fired, there was a huge ball of fire and a blast.
The firing and the blast killed numerous party workers. Strangely, not one police officer was even injured.
Not even a single person of the administration died that day.
The fire brigade arrived even before the injured were taken to the hospital and immediately started hosing down the crime scene. Benazir Bhutto was pronounced dead in the hospital. Initially, a gunshot wound was termed to be the cause of her death.
At the hospital, I was told that Dr. Musaddiq had taken out the bullet that killed Benazir Bhutto and handed it over to a senior party leader.
But the very next day, the statement changed.
The lever of the sunroof hit her on her right side, which caused a fracture in her skull, and unfortunately that became the cause of her death.
So even before the investigations began, the cause of death became controversial. Sources claim that Benazir did not sustain a head injury. A whole lot more about this incident is suspicious.
Her car was bulletproof. Bullets from M16 or a Kalashnikov could not affect it. So why did the assassin come armed only with a small pistol?
The media footage shows that a shooter was directly behind Benazir Bhutto, but there's a bullet hole in a multi-story building directly in front of a car. The said bullet hole can only be explained assuming it was shot by a sniper atop buildings on the west of Benazir's car. What exactly happened in Liaquat Bagh that night? To answer that question, we'll have to find some simple facts. How was it possible for a shooter and a suicide bomber to enter a red zone? Who told Benazir Bhutto to get out of the sunroof despite the serious security concerns? Who gave the orders to watch the crime scene? Why didn't the police pilot follow the pre-decided route? And most importantly, if a bullet was removed from Benazir's injury, why is the government so bent on proving that she died due to the intensity of the blast?